Hey, everyone! Get ready for an exciting ride. Today's tutorial is all about starting our journey into learning JavaScript. We've got all the important topics lined up just for you. In this video, we're diving into the basics of what JavaScript is. We'll also talk about the cool stuff you can do with it, help you set up your coding playground, and finish off by writing our very first JavaScript code. Are you ready? Let me know in the comments section. Let's kick off this tutorial and get learning. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language that helps make websites interactive and exciting with less code. You can estimate how JavaScript is important. By this, nearly 98% of websites on the internet are created using JavaScript. JavaScript is a lightweight, dynamic, and scripted programming language. It's lightweight because, with just a few simple syntax elements, we can achieve a lot in our code. It's dynamic because there's no need for a compilation step. An interpreter or JavaScript engine handles its interpretation. It means you can add cool stuff like checking if you filled out forms correctly and updating things on the page without needing to refresh it. JavaScript is a scripted language that doesn't limit itself to just making websites look good on the front. It's also a star player in the background, handling all the important behind-the-scenes work on the server side. The awesome part? It's a multi-talented performer, working its magic both in the front and the back end of things. What JavaScript can do. Let's talk about the amazing things JavaScript can do. When you use JavaScript, a bunch of exciting stuff can happen directly in your web browser. For example, think about when you click buttons or type things into text fields, JavaScript can jump in and check if everything is okay. It's also the secret behind those cool things you see on websites, like moving animations, menus that pop up, sliding effects, and even games. Yep, you can create games using JavaScript. But that's not all. JavaScript can also talk to special computer programs on the server, deal with their replies, and even change what you see on a web page without needing to refresh the whole page. Now, let's talk about the benefits of learning JavaScript. Learning JavaScript opens up a whole new world of possibilities. When you understand JavaScript, you get the keys to unlock amazing front-end tools like React, Angular, and Vue.js. Think of these tools as your superpower for making awesome and user-friendly digital stuff. Now, check out the big company names using these tools. React.js is behind the websites of Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, and Uber. The cool sites of Google, YouTube, and PayPal rely on the Angular framework. And Vue.js does its thing for Alibaba, Xiaomi, Adobe, and Grammarly websites. Wait, there's more. JavaScript has a backend framework named Node.js for behind-the-scenes website magic. It's your ticket to being a tech wizard for both website parts front-end and back-end. Plus, you can also make mobile apps. JavaScript offers React Native for this. JavaScript versus Java. JavaScript has a name that sounds like Java. But JavaScript has no connectivity with Java programming language. The name was suggested and provided in the times when Java was gaining popularity in the market. They are two completely different languages and they have a completely different syntax. And what do I mean by syntax when it's how a language is written? What we need for this course. To begin using JavaScript, you only need the latest web browser like Firefox, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Opera, or Safari. I highly recommend you don't use Internet Explorer. I will use Chrome browser for this course. And use the VS Code editor in which we will write our JS code. You can use any other editor you like. Let's get VS Code editor. Just head to Google and search for VS Code download. Click on the first website. You can download it for Windows, Debian Ubuntu, and macOS devices. Since I'm using Windows, I'll pick the Windows option. Now, hit Start Download. Be sure to check I accept the agreement, and then click Next. Click Next again. Now, select all the options and hit Next. Next up, click Launch. Once the installation is done, click Finish. Here's a tip: I recommend grabbing the Live Server extension. To do that, go to the Extensions tab in VS Code. Search for Live Server and install the version that shows up. This extension lets you save your work and instantly see changes without needing to refresh the web page. Once the extension is installed, we're good to go. Now, let's create a file. First, open a folder in which you want to make the file. Click on it. And click on the Open folder. I will create a folder on the desktop. The folder name will be JavaScript. Click on the Select Folder button. Let's create HTML file in this folder. Click on it, and the file name will be index.html. We have successfully made the file. To get the starter code, I will use the exclamation sign and hit the Enter key. First, open this document with the Chrome browser, right-click, and select the Open with Live Server option. Let's write our first code. All popular web browsers support JavaScript as they provide built-in execution environments. Just right-click and click on Inspect. Click on Console. It is a great tool to play with JavaScript. It lets you write and try out JavaScript right on the current web page. Now, we will write our first JavaScript program. Type your JavaScript code here. If I write 8 plus 5, its result will be 13. Let's subtract two numbers, 25 minus 7, of course, the result will be 18. This time, let's divide 6 divided by 13. Next, let's do something different. Write console.log, in the brackets type any text here, let's say web content. You can see we have the text web content in the output. Let's use window.alert. Inside brackets I will sum two numbers 5 plus 8. At the top a pop-up box will appear with its result, which is 13. Keep in mind that I can utilize the alert function without using the word window, and the outcome will remain unchanged. This time, let's use a document.write, and in the brackets type anything. Let's say, I am learning JavaScript. This will appear in the text on your web page. Imagine the console as a helper that understands and shows your JavaScript code. Developers utilize this console for debugging. It's incredibly useful as it displays all information on a single screen. Now, copy this line of code. Come back to VS Code. There are three ways to write JavaScript code. First, in the head tag here is the opening and closing tag. I can take the script tag here. Within this script tag, I can write JavaScript. Let's use a document.write. I am learning JavaScript, end this line with a semicolon. Go back to the browser. Here you can see we have I am learning JavaScript text. In the second method, I can write JavaScript within the body tag. Let's cut this code and paste it before the closing body tag. Let's check the result. We will get the same output. Alright, now, we will learn the third method to write the JavaScript code. Cut this line. In the opening script tag, use src. In src, add JS file name. Before this, let's create the JavaScript file. Its name will be index.js. We have created a JavaScript file. Our JS file name is index.js. Write it in src. In the index file, paste the same code that we used earlier. Now, go back to the browser, we got the same output. To verify that the JavaScript code is functioning properly, let's modify the text and type "Hello developers" here. You can see the text is updated. If you found this video useful, show your support by liking it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for notifications on upcoming videos.